We had a customer here in Alto, New Mexico. Alto is a beautiful place, tons of juniper normally, trees. Alto, if you don't know, it just means high. It means high elevation. That's what it's referring to. The elevation here is around 7,500 feet. And we deployed our Takuchi TL12 R2, which means it has a radial arm. And we bought this as a company mainly because of the demolition aspects and the land clearing that we do. We also do dirt work, and they're going to be having us do some dirt work later as they put some gravel around and kind of rearrange some of the land because of the water drainage. Here we are destroying a fence. We destroyed a little shed. And as we're here, we're unloading the debris into our 40-yard dumpsters, which we will later take to the landfill or dump. Alto is an amazing place. You can't really tell in these pictures because we're showing some of our equipment and things like that, but it's home of some luxurious golf courses, amazing views, and it's got Alto Lakes is a great place to go fishing if you are in the area. But other than that, it really brings a lot of people here that love what Alto has, what the scenery has. That's one of the reasons why we get calls for out here, just because of what development and dirt work needs to happen, because it's just still very undeveloped. Here we are picking up our 30-yard dumpster. We have an orange 30-yarder. Our dumpsters come in 7, 14, 20, 30, and 40 yards for our customers. One of the things I wanted to go over too while we were looking at this footage was our skid steer brand, Takuchi. We picked Takuchi. We have a Takuchi skid steer. Sometimes we call them TACs, TAC 12 or TAC TB 240. These are amazing machines. They have a great history. We didn't just go to a yard and pick them out. We picked them out in Phoenix. There's a manufacturer. They get them from the manufacturer, but there's a seller up in Phoenix, Arizona, that we decided to go with to buy these amazing machines. But Takuchi Manufacturing began in 1963 and has been a pioneer in the compact equipment industry. They actually were the first ones to really come out with the skid steer, and since then, and there's been imitators that make skid steers as well, but they really have the most commercial grade skid steer for some of the mountainous areas that we're in. They developed that first compact excavator in 1971, and the innovation continued again in the mid-'80s with the introduction of the first compact track loader. These two products have transformed the North American construction equipment markets and have positioned Takuchi with Mountain Company as the leading provider of compact, only ones that really had a full-on steel frame, and the power that it has just is really unmitigated with a lot of our demolition and our upkeep that we do within these high elevation mountain towns. Tracks are a must here in whether you're in Alto or Ruidoso Downs. The dirt and the rocks are just so, I wouldn't say hazardous, but it's very hard to get wheels going in a lot of the areas that we go into. Because the mountains are really rough. We have inclines and declines that a lot of other companies and other businesses do not have to deal with. We have rocks that we have to break up to get into dirt. The dirt is not soft here. It's really rough. That's where our concrete breaker comes in. But, that's another story for another time once we kind of get that going. But, the mountains are really, they're a rugged terrain. It's a rugged area. It's a rugged place to be in. I mean, we're here. We've been here for a long time. We've done a lot of jobs, and we know what we're doing. But for a lot of people or companies that don't understand what we have to do, what we need to do, and what what it takes to really perform here in this market, it can be very difficult for people to kind of understand that it is a mountain man town here in Alto, here in Ruidoso. The Ruidoso Downs is still can be very difficult as well here in New Mexico. But some of the other towns, it's easier to get equipment in and out of. But some of these places are very. I mean, we've